Not everybody sees it that way. Joining me now from Capitol Hill is Republican Congressman Scott Garrett of New Jersey. Congressman, good to have you with us tonight.
Good to be with you. Thanks.
Are you comfortable that the president has reached out to you and your party at this point? Do you think that he has made a genuine effort to try to get some Republicans on board?
Quite honestly, no, not really, because when you look at what happened at the summit, it was really just like what 75% of Americans said, a waste of time. All that you got there was maybe the best upshot was that the American public heard for the very first time that Republicans coming out with ideas that we have tried to give to the president for the last year and a half or so. Finally, they were laid out for everyone to see. But other than that, the fact the American public was able to see that, the president was not opening his hand to us anymore to say that he's really want to go back to square one and find out where the common ground is on all this.
So, Congressman, you really think the president, last Thursday and then again yesterday,
right?
You don't feel like he's genuine about saying, look, I'm going to take some of the things the Republicans want and put them in this bill. You don't think he was genuine at all?
I think it basically goes back to what he did the very first time he came to the Republican conference back in January of last year. I remember that day so very well. He came in, it was a great bit of bipartisanship that he was showing, and he said he wanted to hear our ideas. And then a number of our members went up to the microphone and said, here's an idea, A, B, and C. Each and every time he's basically said to him, I hear what you're saying, but that's a bridge too far. I know where you're coming from, but I just can't go there. I see what you're trying to say, but we're not going to do it that way.
But Congressman, he has made some moves that the Republicans have wanted when it came to Medicaid reimbursement for doctors. That's a Republican point that's been out there. He has also moved on tort reform, willing to set up a $50 billion fund for every state to rearrange things. I mean, isn't that what the Republicans wanted?
No, come on. On both of those points, on the tort reform one, what he's really saying is we'll take one step forward if we go two steps back. We don't want a study of this issue. We want to resolve the issue. That's what the American public says. We're tired of the studies. He's saying we just want to study the issue, pilot programs. We've already had pilot programs. We've already had states that implemented these programs that Republicans are suggesting, and they've worked. We're saying let's go with it here. And on the doctor fix, you're right. We've been saying we need to deal with the doctor fix, but you know that number, I think it's around $300 some odd billion, isn't in their number when they're giving you $900 and some odd billion to the cost. He doesn't even include that number, so he's really not going all the way out to us and saying he's incorporating these provisions. He's putting little shadow elements of it in.
All right, I want to ask you about the abortion issue. This is Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi on this portion of the bill. Here it is.
This is not about abortion. There is no federally funded abortion. That is the law of the land. It is not changed in this bill.
You agree with that? And will this be a big stumbling block? Do you think conservative Democrats are going to side with you and vote against it?
I think, as your opening comments in her first part of the tape was saying, is that the stumbling block that she's going to have is with her own conference. And Stupak and the amendment that he had the first time around was a problem for them, and he will be and this position will be a problem for her going forward. So, despite what she may say, I think that Congressman Stupak and others would respectfully disagree with her.
Congressman Garrett, good to have you with us tonight. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much. Appreciate
it. You bet.
Thanks.
Let's bring in Congresswoman Lynn Woolsey, who is a Democrat from California who met with the president this afternoon. Congresswoman, thank you for your time this afternoon. Americans want to know, what was the president saying behind